Hello everyone and welcome back to the Denver Broncos franchise. Today we face off against the Carolina Panthers in the final week of the regular season. If we win the AFC West, we finish 12-5 and we will have a guaranteed home game in the wild card round of the playoffs. If we lose and the Chiefs win, we would lose the AFC West because they have the tiebreaker after beating us twice earlier this season, and we would have a road game in the wild card round of the playoffs. If we take a look at the playoff picture on the AFC side, the Bills are the 1 seed, the Ravens are the 2 seed facing off against the 7 seed Chiefs currently, Broncos are the 3 seed facing off against the 6 seed Bengals, and the Colts are the 4 seed facing off against the 5 seed Dolphins. To end the last episode, I stated that I would prefer to play the Colts or the Dolphins, and then I remembered the fact that the Dolphins dropped like 55 or something on me to start the season, so maybe I'd reconsider that. Their offense is incredibly good. I think the most favorable team to play against would be the Colts, so if we could manage to find the 5 seed and the Colts retain the 4 seed, that would be an ideal playoff scenario for us, to be honest. On the NFC side, the Cowboys are running away with the NFC. I believe they have 1 loss on the whole season. They have secured the 1 seed in the NFC. The Vikings are the 2 seed facing off against the Giants. The Panthers, who we play today, are currently the 3 seed facing off against division rival Atlanta Falcons. The Rams are the 4 seed facing off against the Eagles. If we take a look at the standings in the AFC, the Dolphins and the Bills are both 12-4. So if one or the other wins or loses today, either of them could secure the number 1 seed. The Ravens, the Broncos, and the Colts have all clinched a playoff berth. The Colts, in fact, have won their division, so they are guaranteed a home playoff game. The Bengals and the Chiefs haven't even technically secured a playoff berth at this point. The Jags could come in and steal it from either of these 2 teams. In the NFC, the Cowboys actually do have 2 losses. They are 14-2, but have clinched the 1 seed. The Vikings are 11-5, Eagles 11-5, Panthers 10-6 have won their division. Rams are 9-7, Falcons 8-8, Giants 8-8, Seahawks 8-8. Wow, it is anybody's spot for those sort of last 2 playoff spots in the NFC. If the Rams lose and any of these teams down here win that are 8-8, they could easily steal it from the Rams. That's kind of crazy. So this game is kind of a nothing game for Carolina, but it is a big deal for us because having that home playoff game would be very nice during wild card weekend. But anyway, let's get into this week's action. Let's get into the weekly strategy. Hoping for no key injuries here in the final week, and immediately I see one, but it's Justin Houston. He's a backup anyway. And offensively, the only player we're missing outside of the 3 offensive linemen is Tajay Spears, who will actually probably miss the rest of the season, assuming we don't make it past the divisional round, because he'll miss this week, the wild card week, and the divisional week. So the only way we'd see him again this season is if we made it to the conference championship, which I just find to be a little bit unlikely. There are some players to upgrade, one of them being our favorite tight end, that is Rashad Winters. He needs to work on route running more than anything else. Let's go possession for him. It does help his short route running, and we'll see if he got any. He got 2 medium route running, 1 pass block, 2 run block finesse, 2 short route running, and 1 strength. Chester Truman has an upgrade. We love him to death. Again, just a route running thing really for him. None of these focus on medium route running, so I feel like I just need to go into playmaker or deep threat and hope he gets it. I want to keep him a scheme fit, so I'll go into playmaker. 1 awareness, 1 ball carry vision, 1 break tackle, 2 catch and traffic, 1 catching, 2 juke move, 1 medium route running, and 1 short route running. Good. All right, and let's not waste any more time. Let's get into our game, the final game of the regular season against the Carolina Panthers at Empower Field at Mile High for what could be the last time this season, depending on if we manage to win today's game. If we do, we would have the home field for the wild card. But if we don't, we likely will not if the Chiefs win. So could be, might not be, who knows. The Broncos in the Navy uniforms here to end the season. We are underway here at Mile High, and this one likely to be a touchback. And the Panthers, who we played in the preseason and lost to pretty miserably, will take over at the 25. Let's take a look at Bryce Young's stats on the season. I'm sure he's developed quite nicely in the game. 27 touchdowns, 14 picks, 3,400 yards. 1st and 10 from the 25. The first offensive play of the day for the Panthers is a throw, and that is caught by McCole Hardman over top of Damari Mathis. So 1st and 10 to start the day for the Panthers. It will be 1st down from the 39. Miles Sanders on the carry, has a lot of room to work with. It goes down via Cameron Bynum and PS2 at the 48. It'll be 2nd and inches. Just short of that first down. They have a pretty good running back room with Miles Sanders and Chuba Hubbard backing him up. It's honestly fairly similar to our running back room, although the roles are reversed with Miles Sanders being an elusive back. That's a first down for the Panthers. 1st and 10 around midfield for Bryce Young, who does have that superstar development. I just noticed it under his name, and that's a catch for McCole Hardman. 1st and 10 into Bronco territory down at the 34. The wide receivers for this team aren't the best, but they're pretty decent. None of them are outright terrible. As Young will look to throw, Jonathan Mingo makes the catch at the 10 and goes down. It'll be 1st and 10, basically 1st and goal for the Panthers. They're moving very, very quickly, and I'm calling a timeout. I don't know if you guys saw that, but the safety that was all the way to the right side of the field was supposed to be in coverage on Miles Sanders, who was just wide open. Sucks to burn a timeout that way, but it would have been a certain touchdown for Miles Sanders. 1st and 10 from the 10. It's basically 1st and goal. This is a throw caught. That is that Terrace Marshall? I'm not certain. Either way, it's going to be a 2nd and goal. That was, in fact, Terrace Marshall on the reception. It'll be 2nd goal from the 5 for the Panthers. Under center is Young, looking to throw. Has his man. That is a touchdown for McCole Hardman. And it's looking a lot like last game where our defense could not stop anything. And that is not a great start to the day for the Broncos, as the Panthers will take a 7-0 lead. Nick Bonito broke his ribs and will miss the rest of today's game and likely the rest of the season. I accidentally took a delay of game penalty. Starting from the 20 are the Broncos on 1st and 15. It's not going to matter. Javonte Williams is going to get a first down anyway. His first rush of the day is 17 yards. From the 37, it's 1st and 10. We'll go back to Javonte Williams. Breaks this to the outside. Tries to juke out a defender. Goes down to the 41. It'll be 2nd and 7. 2nd down from the 41. It's another handoff. Javonte Williams. Decent running room. Goes down to the 47. It'll be 3rd and inches. From the 47, Huntley back to throw. Has Rashad Winters underneath. Makes the grab and gets to the 42 before he goes down. The first completion of the day for Tyler Huntley. From the 42, it's 1st and 10. Huntley will look to throw again. Dumps this off. That's Marvin Mims on the catch. He's got another first down. He's to the 29. 1st and 10, Denver. 1st and 10 from the 29. Huntley will go play action and look to throw. Running out of time. Rolling to his right. Going to look to run. Gets to the 23 before he goes out of bounds. So it's 2nd down and 4 for Huntley and the crew. Javonte Williams on the carry. Trucks over a defender. Has a first down to the 16. 1st and 10 from the 16. Huntley pitch to Javonte Williams. That's Brian Burns blowing that play up. It's a loss of 3. 2nd and 13. Huntley will look to throw. Looking for Mims, knocked away. 3rd down and long for Tyler Huntley. From the 19. Back to pass. Looking for Truman, and he overthrew him. That's a touchdown. Under pressure, inaccurate from Tyler Huntley, and Denver will have to settle for a field goal. So the Panthers take back over, still up. It is 7-3 with about 2.5 minutes left to play here in the first quarter. That is a catch for, I'm actually not certain who number 86 is, but it's a 1st and 10 for Carolina. That was Devin Duvernay, number 86. 1st and 10 for Carolina after that play. As Young will look to throw. Has his man. That's a broken tackle. Baptiste couldn't bring him down. It'll be 2nd and 3. 3rd and 3 from the 48. Throwing to the right. That's Miles Sanders on the reception. He's got the first down, brought down by Caden Stearns at the 47. So another first down for Carolina. By the way, Jonathan Cooper is the one replacing Nick Bonito, who I imagine will miss quite some time as Devin Bush upends Miles Sanders. So it's 2nd and 12, completely empty backfield for Bryce Young. That's knocked away by Damari Mathis. 3rd and 12. So 3rd and long for Carolina. What can Bryce Young do? He can find, that's Devin Duvernay again, and that's a first down. And I think he beat Tyreek Stevenson off the line. Second quarter's underway, and it's a 1st and 10 for Carolina. I cannot believe how bad Tyreek Stevenson has been this season. He has that star dev. should have been developing fairly quickly, but has been honestly not great so far this season. You know who has been great? That was PS2, knocking that ball away. On 2nd and 10 from the 35, we've got Bryce Young looking to throw. He's under pressure, and that's Baron Browning. Nick Bonito might be hurt, but his counterpart, Baron Browning, isn't. And that's another sack on the season for him. 3rd and 16, empty again for Young. He's going to audible. No longer empty. Miles Sanders brought into the backfield. And Bryce Young will look to throw. Baron Browning chasing him. He'll throw it away. Probably wise there. To try and stay in field goal range, it'll be 4th and 16. A good stop for this Denver defense. They're actually punting it away. Not attempting the field goal from this distance, even in the mile-high air. And I imagine this will be, actually it's going to go out of bounds at the 21, so it's basically a touchback anyway. So a little bit of a disappointing end to the last drive. Denver only able to add 3. We'll look to add 7 on this occasion. And it's going to be a screenplay for Javonte Williams. Not a whole lot of room to work with afterwards, but does have a first down to the 32. 1st and 10. Jaleel McLaughlin in the backfield. It'll be a handoff to him, and he's to the 39. Haven't seen a ton of him in recent weeks. Javonte Williams back in the game after one play off, and on 2nd and 3 from the 39, it is a handoff to him, and it looks like he's got the first down carry, and he does, to the 42. So 1st and 10 from the 42. Huntley go play action and look to throw. Looking for Truman, who makes the catch and goes down to the 35 in Carolina territory. We love Chester Truman. On 1st and 10, Jaleel McLaughlin back in the game. It's a fake to him. And Huntley looking to throw. Had Chester Truman again, but hit as he throws. 2nd down. From the 35, it's 2nd and 10. Handoff Javonte. Breaks a tackle. Nearly broke that to the outside. A good tackle there. It'll be 3rd and 8. From the 33 on 3rd down and 8. Gonna try to throw downfield for Judy, but under pressure again is Huntley. Just didn't have time to let that develop. It'll be 4th and 8 from the 33. This would be a 50-yard try for Tanner Brown to try to make it 7-6. That kick is up. That kick is good. 7-6 for Carolina. Denver unable to find the end zone so far today. 7 minutes left to play here in the first half. It's 7-6 Carolina. From the 25, Bryce Young will hand off to Miles Sanders and gets tackled by Drew Sanders at the 27. So make it 2nd down and 8. Clock ticking, 6.5 left in the first half. Another carry for Sanders, brought down by Bynum. Another pickup of 2, 3rd and 6. This would be a pretty critical stop for this Broncos defense. 3rd and 6 from the 29. Let's see what they can do. Bryce Young back to pass. Throws quickly. Nearly intercepted by Pat Surtain. Falls incomplete. It'll be 4th and 6. And Carolina will have to punt it away. From the 26, it's 1st and 10. Jaleel McLaughlin in the backfield. It will be a carry for him. Good room to work with. And has a first down on his first attempt. I guess I should say first attempt of the drive. Obviously not his first attempt of the day. 1st and 10 from the 37. We'll go back to him. And another decent carry for the young man. Gets to the 42. It'll be 2nd down. Javonte Williams back in the game on 2nd down and 5. 4.5 minutes here left to play in the first half from the 42. Carry for Javonte. And he goes down to the 45. It'll be 3rd and short. 3rd down, 2 to go from the 45. We're going to Javonte Williams. He's got a good carry. Great blocking downfield from Marvin Mims. And I think that was Jerry Jeudy as well. 1st and 10, a huge carry for Javonte Williams to the 25 in Carolina territory. So on 1st and 10, Jaleel back in the game. I'm sure Javonte a little tired after that run. And Jaleel will get a good carry here. Gets inside the 20 down to the 18. 2nd and 3 from the 18. Huntley back to pass. Had Jeudy across the middle. A little late on the throw. It's knocked away. So it's 3rd down and 3 from the 18. Huntley will look to throw again. Has Chester Truman. Can he turn it upfield? He can. It's another touchdown on the season for Chester Truman. And more points on the board today for the Denver Broncos. I'm not sure how many touchdowns on the season Truman has at this point, but I know it's a lot. I believe he leads the team by a decent margin. So the Panthers with a decent chunk of time left to try to retake the lead before we go to the half. As Bryce Young will look to throw, running out of time. That's Baron Browning again. his second sack on the day, and that makes it 2nd and 18. Aaron Browning enters the zone. Haven't seen that super frequently. 2nd and 18 from the 17, as Young has plenty of time this time. Throws backwards in the direction of Miles Sanders. Ends up running forward for the gain of 1. 3rd and 17 from the 18. It's going to actually be a handoff to Sanders, and he goes down at the 23. We'll call a timeout, and with a minute 55, Denver will retain possession. So we'll have decent field position starting from our own 35. We'll see if we can manage to get some points on the board before we head to the half. So we'll look to throw on this first play. Marvin Mims has a step, but it's overthrown by Tyler Huntley. So make it 2nd and 10 from the 35. Look to throw again. Huntley stepping up, rolling to the right, trying to dump it off to Rashad Winters, who makes the catch, turns upfield, goes out of bounds at the Carolina 46. Way to extend the play there from Huntley. 1st and 10 from the 46. Back to pass again as Huntley has Jerry Jeudy wide open in the middle of the field. He's inside the 10. He goes down at the 2. 1st and goal for Denver. So from inside the 5 at the 2. 1st and goal. It'll be a handoff to Javonte Williams, and it looks like he's going to be held short, which honestly isn't the end of the world. We can burn more clock. On 2nd and goal from the 2. 30 seconds left to play here in the first half. It'll be a toss. Javonte Williams tries to get the edge, and he can't get there. And with 20 seconds left, we'll call a timeout. 3rd and goal from the 2. We'll look to throw, and Huntley is sacked right away. Time expires. There were no timeouts left for Denver due to having to burn that one earlier. And it's 13-7 as we head to the half. I wish I could have gotten a look at that replay. I don't know how Huntley was under pressure immediately, but another failed end of the half. That happens a lot here in Denver. This is a very important game to us, and it's tied at 17, about to head into halftime. A minute 16 left there in the second quarter. That's a brutal way to end the first half for us here in Denver. Sorry, I keep bringing it up. 13-7. We're back in LA again, somehow playing at the same stadium. The Niners up 14-3 on the Rams. I believe whoever wins this wins that division. And then finally, the Bengals are visiting the Raiders and up 20-0. Goodness, kind of all fell apart for the Raiders here this season. The only silver lining here is that Denver does start with the football here in the second half. Also, Britton Venable had an excellent return, got all the way to the 37. That is where Denver will start this drive, and we'll dump this one off to Chester Truman. He's got a first down and goes out of bounds right at the 50, and it's going to be a 1st and 10 for Denver. Chester Truman was an absolute steal in the draft last season. He's a shoe-in for Rookie of the Year. I believe he's also on track to possibly win Wide Receiver of the Year, as this is a pickup of 6 for Williams. 2nd and 4 from the 44. Handoff for Javonte, brought down at the 43, only a gain of 1. Huntley drops back to pass, hits Chester Truman, makes a nasty move, and gets to the 32 with it. 1st and 10 for Denver. From the 32, Huntley will step back to throw again. Has Jaleel McLaughlin, but Rashad Winters couldn't hit that block. It'll be 2nd and 8. So Javonte Williams checks in, and on 2nd and 8, this is a handoff to him, and he cannot get very far. Only a pickup of 2. It makes it a 3rd and medium. 3rd down, 6 to go. Huntley takes the snap, looks to throw, has Winters, but misses it. Inaccurate from Tyler Huntley. And yet again, Denver probably going to settle for a field goal. This is a 46-yard attempt for Tanner Brown. That kick is up. That kick is good. And Denver extends the lead to 9 points. So at least it is a 2-possession lead for the Broncos, 16-7. 1st and 10, the Panthers take back over for the first time here in the second half. Down by 9. Looking to score on this drive. Miles Sanders has a pickup of 4 before going down to the 29. So make it 2nd and 6 as Young calls an audible before taking the snap. Running out of time. Allen in the backfield. That is caught. That's McCole Hardman with Kelvin Joseph. Damari Mathis in coverage. And that isn't McCole Hardman. That's Jonathan Mingo. I got every single player wrong. I got my own player wrong. I got their player wrong. I'm a terrible commentator. 1st and 10 from the 46. Bryce Young under center. It is a pass. Launching one down the field. And never really had a chance to get to Hardman. So it's 2nd and 10 from the 46. And Bryce Young will hand off. Miles Sanders has good blocking. PS2 maybe saves a touchdown with that tackle. But it is another first down for the Panthers. 1st and 10 from the 43. Sending some heat. Drew Sanders is in the backfield. Bryce Young gets it off and out of bounds. At the 38 is Devin Duvernay. It'll be 2nd down. From the 38, it's 2nd and 5. Bryce Young under center with all of the tight ends in the world to the left. And Miles Sanders gets stuffed in the backfield. That is Devin Bush. A big loss there. It'll be 3rd and 9. Let's see if this Denver defense can get a stop here. Probably not in field goal range at current if this falls incomplete. And Young throws, finds his man. That's Mingo. He makes the grab in front of Damari Mathis and goes down at the 15 for number 15. It's a 1st and 10 in the red zone for Carolina. It was phenomenal pass protection that time for the Panthers, for Bryce Young. 1st and 10 from the 15. Young throwing, has his man. That's Devin Duvernay, breaks a tackle and has a 1st down, 1st and goal at the 4. So 1st and goal, what can they do on their first attempt to reach the goal line? They'll throw for Hayden Hurst, and they kept it out of the end zone. It'll be 2nd and goal at the 1. From the 1, Bryce Young really from the half-yard line. It's a handoff, Miles Sanders, and he punches it in. Touchdown, Panthers. 6 points for number 6. Miles Sanders punches this one in. An interesting drive from the Panthers. It looked like they were going to get stopped a couple times and just managed to convert every single time. And they will make this a very close game, likely 16-14. So Denver takes over on 1st and 10 from the 25. And looking to throw is Huntley. Finds Chester Truman wide open down the field. He gets past the 50 to the 45 in Carolina territory already. It's just too easy when your name is Chester Truman. 1st and 10 from the 45 after the big play. Huntley back to pass, and he'll find his man. That's Chester Truman again. Breaks 2 tackles, stays on his feet, breaks another one, and gets a 1st down. A huge effort from Chester Truman just to get 10 yards. So it's 1st and 10 at the 34 now as the Broncos. Tyler Huntley will hand off to Javonte Williams, and it's a pickup of 6. 2nd and 4 from the 28. Huntley back to pass. Rolling, looking to throw, it's intercepted in the direction of Jerry Jeudy, and getting past Huntley, I believe that's Jeremy Chin, and Jaleel McLaughlin's not going to be able to catch him, and it's a touchdown for the Panthers. That was indeed Jeremy Chin. Just a bad decision to throw from Tyler Huntley. Picked off. He was looking for Jerry Jeudy. Needed more air under the ball. Yeah, that one is on me. I saw Jeudy open behind Chin, but I did a bullet pass. It needed to be a touch pass, and it's a pick 6. That's really unfortunate. That one really stings. It is now 21-16 for Carolina, and on 1st and 10, Huntley back to pass, tries to dump this off to Jaleel, and he drops it. 2nd and 10. We hand off. Javonte Williams has blockers down the field. That's Zion Johnson. He breaks a tackle, and he gets to the 42, crossing the century mark in the process. 1st and 10 Denver. 3rd quarter coming to a close likely at the end of this play. Javonte Williams on the carry gets 3, and that will indeed be the end of the 3rd quarter. 1 quarter of NFL action left here in the regular season. 2nd and 7 from the 45 to start the 4th quarter. It's going to be a handoff again to Javonte Williams. Runs over one man and is going to be just short of the 1st down yardage. It'll be 3rd and 1. Javonte been an absolute workhorse today with Spears injured. I'm sure he doesn't mind. 3rd and 1 from the 48. Williams up the gut. He's got the 1st. Goes down to the 46. 1st and 10. Huntley to throw. Finds Rashad Winters, and he goes down at the 32. But it's a 1st down for Denver. Remember, if we win this game, we clinch the AFC West. If we lose, we open the door for Kansas City, who's currently up by 1 on the Chargers there at the bottom of your screen. Huntley looks to throw. Finds Marvin Mims, brought down by Jeremy Chin after a pickup of 5. 2nd down, 5 to go. Huntley will look to throw. Rolling to the right. Going to try to dump this off to Winters. That is a great play from Jeremy Chin. 3rd and 5 from the 27. Huntley under pressure immediately, and he's sacked. 4th and 12 at the 34. Nobody was blocked there. And it's going to be another long field goal for Tanner Brown, this time 51 yards. His kick is up, and it is good. So it's 21-19 Carolina as we enter the sort of middle stage of this fourth quarter. 8 minutes left to play. Bryce Young will look to throw on first down. That's a catch from McCole Hardman, who beat PS2 off the line, and it's a 1st and 10 to the 38. 7.5 left to play. Young under center and hands off to Sanders. Makes some moves and manages to get 5 yards out of the run. 2nd and 5. The Panthers, of course, would want a touchdown here. Would make it a 2-possession lead as Young will throw, and that is caught but then punched out by Drew Sanders. 3rd and 5. This would be a pretty critical stop for this Broncos defense. Young by himself in the backfield. Sending a blitz are the Broncos, and that's knocked away by Pat Surtain. Excellent coverage. 4th and 5, and Carolina will punt it away. 6.5 minutes left to play. Denver down by 2 points. We'll see what they can do. Huntley looks to throw, finds Rashad Winters underneath, and he's got some good run after catch to the 37. It's a 1st and 10. Clock continues to roll, and on this play, we'll hand it off to Javonte Williams. Nowhere to go, a loss of a yard. 2nd down and 11. Huntley is back to throw. Gonna look down the field for Winters, and that was a risky throw. 3rd and 11. A conversion here is pretty important for the Broncos' chances as Huntley is back to pass. Gonna dump this off to Chester Truman, and he's gonna get the 1st down before being shoved out of bounds at the 48. 1st and 10 for Denver. A very, very important 1st down there for the Broncos. From the 48, it's a draw play. It's Javonte Williams. Has a decent carry here. A pickup of 4. 2nd and 6 from the 44. Huntley back to throw, dumping it off to Jerry Jeudy. He's got another 1st down, beats the diving defender, gets to the 30, another 1st and 10. Just slowly but surely moving this down the field. 4:25 left to play in the game. Handoff, Javonte Williams up the gut, breaks a tackle, fights for more yards, and has 4. Make it 2nd and 6. Under 4 minutes left to play. Javonte Williams on the carry again, this time nowhere to go, lucky to gain a yard. A field goal here does actually take the lead, so it's not the end of the world if we can't get into the end zone, but we would obviously prefer that, as Huntley is going to roll to his left, has running room, and is going to dive down at the 13. It's a 1st and 10 for Denver, keeping the drive alive. 2.5 minutes left to play. 1st and 10 from the 13. Huntley, handoff. Jaleel McLaughlin, a lot of room to work with, and he'll punch this in. Touchdown, Denver. Jaleel McLaughlin, who has not seen the field very much ever since we traded for Tajay Spears, playing for him as he's injured for the rest of the season. And Jaleel finds his way to the end zone and adds 6 for the Broncos. So it is 21-26. Carolina down by 5 with 2.5 minutes. Of course, a field goal does nothing on this drive as this is thrown for Hayden Hurst, who comes down with it at the 41. 1st and 10 from the 41. Will they let this hit the 2-minute warning? They won't. They snap it just before the 2-minute warning, and Hurst drops it. 2 minutes left to play here in the regular season. Bryce Young looks to throw. It looks like it's a screenplay. It is for Miles Sanders. Good blocking. Gets 4 yards out of it. It'll be a 3rd and 6. You see at the bottom, the Chiefs are up 38-23 on the Chargers, by the way, so we do need to win this game to secure the division. Carolina has used their first timeout, and so on 3rd and 6 from the 45, throwing and caught by McCole Hardman in front of PS2, a crucial 1st down for them. 1 minute, 30 seconds left as Bryce Young out of the shotgun. Will take the snap and look to throw. Fires downfield. Has his man. That is brought in by Mingo. And they'll hurry it up. 1st and 10 from the 20 in the red zone. Bryce Young, 1 minute. Looking to throw again. Has his man again. This time it's Devin Duvernay. And they're at the 4. It's a 1st and goal for Carolina. So with 57 seconds left, it's 1st and goal from the 4. Need a stop here from the defense. And it's not going to happen. It's Jonathan Mingo into the end zone, and Carolina, just like that, will retake the lead with less than a minute to play. It is 27-26, And the Panthers adding the PAT will make it 28-26 unless they go for the 2-point conversion, which they likely will. They are going for the 2-point conversion, trying to make it a 2-point game, or rather a 3-point game, so that we cannot win with a field goal. This will be dumped off to Sanders, and there's nobody there. It is good. It is 29-26, 55 seconds left to play. Denver will need a field goal in order to force overtime. So here we go with the Chiefs all but securing their victory over the Chargers. If we lose this game, we will lose the AFC West. 55 seconds left to play. All of our timeouts. We need a field goal to tie. Huntley able to dump this off to Chester Truman, who's brought down at the 36. We'll hurry it up. 38 seconds left to play. Huntley takes the snap, looking to throw. Dumps it off to Marvin Mims. Has the reception. Will burn our first timeout. On 2nd down and 7 from the 40. Huntley back to pass. And this one should have been caught by Jaleel McLaughlin. It's going to be 3rd and 7. 3rd down, a pretty critical 3rd down. Of course, it is 4-down territory, though. From the 40, Huntley back to pass, looking for Chester Truman. He makes the grab, and we're into field goal territory. Goes out of bounds at the 25. Chester Truman, our bailout man, if there ever was one. With 21 seconds and 2 timeouts, there's still enough time to go for a win. 1st and 10 from the 25. Dump this off. Jerry Jeudy makes the grab. Can't make anybody miss. Will burn that 2nd timeout. 15 seconds left. 2nd down and 1 from the 16. Huntley will roll to his right. Steps up to run. Goes out of bounds at the 4. It's a 1st and goal for Denver with 10 seconds left to play. 1st and goal from the 4. Huntley hands off. Javonte Williams. He punches it in. Touchdown Broncos, and we're going to win this football game. A game-winning drive from Tyler Huntley, and Javonte Williams caps it off with the rushing touchdown. A huge performance on this drive from the whole team. Jerry Jeudy, Javonte Williams, Tyler Huntley, and of course, Chester Truman. The PAT, just a formality really, will make it 33-29. And the Panthers will have 7 seconds to work some type of miracle. 7 seconds. Denver likely sealing the AFC West victory. Young throws this away. 3 seconds. This will be the final play of the game. 3 seconds left. It's 2nd and 10. Let's see how big of an arm Bryce Young really has, as he'll throw this to the sideline for Hayden Hurst. And that's the game. They didn't even try to take a shot down the field. And Denver going to make the comeback victory with the game-winning drive from Tyler Huntley and the Denver Broncos. We win the AFC West and will finish the season with a 12-5 record. A really, really fun game that time. Very close the whole way. It was a very good time, and I really hope you guys enjoyed it. So we take a look at the stats. Tyler Huntley had a pretty good day. 21-33, 331, a touchdown and an interception. Bryce Young was honestly pretty good. 270 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Had a pretty good passer rating. Rushing, Javonte Williams, 24 attempts, 123 yards, 5.1 a carry, and of course that game-winning touchdown. Miles Sanders, 11 attempts, 34 yards, and then Jaleel, 5 for 43, 8.6 a carry for him, by the way, and a touchdown for him as well. Receiving, Chester Truman, 9 catches, 169 yards, and a touchdown. Just an incredible day for him. Rashad Winters, 4 for 62. Mims, 3 for 21. Jeudy, 3 for 66. Jaleel and Javonte each had catches as well. And if we look defensively, Cameron Bynum led in solo tackles, but Devin Bush in total tackles. Devin Bush and Baron Browning each had 2 TFLs, and Baron Browning had 2 sacks on the day. Chester Truman has another upgrade. We'll throw it into playmaker for him once again. He gets awareness, ball carry vision, break tackle, 2 catching, 1 short route running, 1 spec catch, and 1 spin move. And Baron Browning gets an upgrade as well. And we'll just keep working on power rusher for him. Nick Bonito with broken ribs will miss the rest of the season. With 5 weeks in length, there is no shot he is coming back anytime soon. We're going to go ahead and place him on the injured reserve. Let's take a look at the final stats for this season, shall we? Tyler Huntley finished with nearly 4,000 yards, 32 touchdowns, and 17 interceptions. rushing. Javonte Williams 8 yards short of 1,000 yards on the season. That is brutally painful. Tajay Spears, of course, 908, missed the final game, but the fact that we have 2 rushers over 900 is pretty incredible. 8 touchdowns for Spears, 6 for Williams. Huntley had 197 yards on the season. Jaleel had 5 touchdowns this year, which is crazy considering he only had 26 touches on the entire season. He just got involved in the red zone, I guess. Receiving, Chester Truman finishes with 1,600 yards receiving and 19 receiving touchdowns. That is disgusting. Maybe already the best wide receiver in the NFL. That is ridiculous. 1,600 with 19 touchdowns in your rookie year. Jerry Jeudy, of course, missed like 5 or 6 games this season. Finished with 923 yards despite that, with 5 touchdowns. Rashad Winters was just solid, 914 yards, 4 touchdowns for him. Marvin Mims, 727 yards and 5 touchdowns, which is honestly better than I thought he did this season. Reynolds didn't have any touchdowns, but did have over 300 yards. Spears had 182 yards and 2 touchdowns receiving. Javonte 140 and 2 touchdowns receiving. Donald Parham only had 2 catches, but one of them was a touchdown. Jaleel had 7 catches for 37. Venable only had the 1 catch all season, and Michael Burton had 1 catch for a touchdown last game. Defensively, Devin Bush led the way in total tackles. I assume he also led the way in solo tackles. He did. And in TFLs, Zach Allen had 21, Baron Browning had 21, Bush 19, Sanders 18, Benito 14, Baptiste had 7, Bynum 6, Stevenson 5, Stearns 5, Uwazurike 4, Mathis 3, and then 3 others with 1. And then in terms of sacks, Baron Browning, 16.5 this season is very good, especially considering he's not even to his true peak yet. He's only like an 82 overall. Zach Allen had 8.5. I feel like he really started to perform a lot better in the second half of the season. I'd love to see him get to double-digit sacks going forward. We may consider moving him to the opposite end, although we do have Nick Benito there, so I'm not sure. Devin Bush, 6.5 sacks, Benito 5.5, Drew Sanders 5, Baptiste 3, Bynum 1, Uwazurike 1, Jonathan Cooper 1, Stearns half, and Houston half. Interceptions, PS2 finished with 11, wasn't able to break the season record for interceptions, which is 14. Really kind of cooled off in the last 3 or so games, but had a stretch there where he was averaging like 1.7 interceptions a game or something. Absolutely disgusting. Tamari Mathis with 7, Stevenson with 5, Bynum with 2, and Sanders with 1. So Denver, securing the home game, will be facing off against the Cincinnati Bengals, who of course we did beat in the regular season, but that was of course before the changes to the sliders, which I think have made the games much more difficult, as we can kind of see by the last 2 being the loss to the Chargers and the really difficult victory against the Panthers. Let's go ahead and take a look at the whole playoff bracket. The Bills did secure the 1 seed. The Chiefs still made the playoffs, or the 7 seed, facing off against the Ravens. We of course are playing the Bengals at home, and the Colts facing off against the Dolphins. In the NFC, the Cowboys of course are the 1 seed, the Vikings are the 2 seed with the Falcons as the 7, the Panthers are the 3 seed with the Rams as the 6, and the 49ers, beating the Rams, did secure the NFC West victory and are the 4 seed facing off against the Eagles. Before I end the episode, I'm really curious what this weak link thing is, so I'm going to select this before the next episode. Coach, you find yourself in the playoffs despite fielding a defensive unit near the bottom of the league in the rankings. What do you need out of them this week? Oof. Create pressure, probably. Our defense does kind of suck, to be honest with you. I see these guys up front wreaking havoc. We need to get some sacks and be creating constant pressure to disrupt their entire offense. I thought it was going to be about an individual player. Get 3+ sacks. I think we could do that. But anyway, that is going to do it for this episode. The Broncos finished 12-5 on the regular season and are in the wild card round of the playoffs, and we'll play the Bengals for the 2nd time this season, see if we can beat them again. Thank you guys so much for watching. I do truly appreciate the continued support. If you find yourself coming back on the regular and you aren't already subscribed, go ahead and hit that sub button for me. It does help me out a lot, and we're trying to reach 1,000 by the end of the year. But anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one, where we'll face off in the playoffs against the Bengals.